Hello everyone, it is episode 15 of the Orange Thumbstick podcast. We've got quite a bit to go over today, so just going to check in with the guys. Russ, how you doing?
I'm fantastic, thank you, mate. Yourself?
I'm very well, thank you. Mr. Bobby, are you there?
I'm a cut above the rest, mate.
Hey.
Go!
Hairdressing quips are in order.
Return of the Mac. I've got quite a lot to go through in this show. We've just been speaking about some of it off air because it's been quite a busy last few days, really, of sort of news and everything. First of all, I'm going to start off with the Sea of Thieves. Closed beta has been announced for the 24th of January. Anybody that's pre-ordered the game or signed up for the Insider program before the 1st of December last year gets an automatic invite, so check your emails and just see if you've got the invite come through there. I had mine a few days ago. So yeah, just everybody that signed up for the Insider program on that, just check your emails and just make sure you've had that invite come through. If not, you should have it through fairly soon. Assassin's Creed Rogue has been given a release, I believe it's the 20th of March, a remastered edition of the last gen only Assassin's Creed game. I never got to check it out myself because it was around about the launch of the Xbox One, the original Xbox One. It was released alongside Black Flag. Did either of you two check that out? Russ, I know you're an Assassin's Creed fan. Did you check it out at all?
No, because I was Black Flag all the way, so I missed that one.
It had some mixed reviews, I think, when it came out. There's a massive focus on the ships and things. I believe, I mean, I might be wrong here, but I think they might be releasing that in anticipation, or maybe because that pirate game that Ubisoft announced at E3 last year might be delayed, and they're releasing this as a bit of a compromise. I don't know. But it's an odd decision to release it. I don't understand why, to be honest. But yeah, there we go. Big one though, we've just been briefly speaking about it. Russ, do you want to shed some light on this a little bit? Destiny 2, there's been a statement released about some changes to its microtransactions. They've backtracked on something. What do you know about
that? Yeah, so a couple of days ago now there was a bit of a development update from the game director, Christopher Barrett. What does he say? The scales are tipped too far towards test. So the Eververse was never intended to be a substitute for endgame content and rewards. So they're two quotes from what he said there. So they're going to be adding ghosts, sparrows and ships. They'll be earned directly as activity rewards for in-game actions rather than as random drops for bright engrams. So they're sort of tipping the favour back towards it being more reward based for you playing the game rather than it being loot box heavy. And then the wording of it is, we're the good guys, we're listening to the player base, but it's, in all fairness, it should be like that from day one, shouldn't it?
Yeah, we had similar controversy with Battlefront 2 towards the end of last year, and EA sort of backtracked and said, oh, we're taking them out. You know, it's only a matter of time if they haven't already before they put that back in. Bobby, you were into Destiny 1, weren't you, before when it came out, and then you just stopped playing. Have you checked out Destiny 2 at all?
No, I haven't checked it out. Both me and Russ loved it at first, but we just fell out of love of its repetitiveness. And a few people I've spoken to have said if you didn't like Destiny 1, you're probably not going to like Destiny 2. And then there's another group of people who've said, oh, it's completely different, you're going to love it. But for me, it just wasn't even worth my time. A lot of people aren't going to agree with that opinion, but yeah, it's not something I'm interested in picking up, and in seeing all the microtransaction stuff and that, it's not for me.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of hardcore Destiny players out there that have played number 2, and they're just not. They like it, but it's not. I don't think it's the step forward that they expected or anticipated. I think it's in that respect, it's a bit of a disappointment because the Destiny 1 did so many things correct later on in its lifespan. It was quite it wasn't consistent when it was first released. Content was a bit shady, but then towards the end, sort of like the Taken King end of the release, it kind of picked itself back up again, and a lot more people got back into it. Whereas Destiny 2, it's kind of been a meh reaction.
Well,
People aren't too fussed,
it
really.
started off on the wrong foot anyway, didn't it? By doing the single-use shaders and having different allocations for the shaders. You had to have a shader for each piece of your armor, whereas on Destiny 1, it was one shader for your whole armor, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And it was sort of paywalled a bit as well on Destiny 2, if I remember right. So yeah, starting off on the wrong foot just put people in the wrong frame of mind, doesn't it, when you try and squeeze money out of people as soon as they start playing.
Yeah. I think this games as a service thing needs to get some continuity going forward, because it just seems to be, this is only my opinion, but I think games as a service is going to be the future, but they need to nail down their business models and do it fairly.
Yeah, it's a case of if you want to make loads of money out of loot boxes, microtransactions, then release your base game as a free-to-play game. End of story. That's the way to do it. You don't want to be charging 60 quid or whatever and then asking for more money on top, because you're just going to piss people off. Yeah,
absolutely. Or, do an all-inclusive, charge. I mean, your average game, Battlefront 2 was coming out at 50 quid on average. If they'd have charged 65 quid for Battlefront and kept all the loot boxes as an earn thing in-game or whatever, you got special reward items and things like that, nothing cost any extra money. I think people would probably prefer that than paying 50 quid and then having to pay on top of that.
Yeah.
They release the games with extra content, pre-order early DLC and season pass, and pre-order from this store and get a Hawaiian t-shirt for your character, pre-order from that store and get, I don't know, a gold-plated horseshoe to stick on your ass or whatever. I don't know, but it's just a case of it make everything.
That.
Yeah, they just need to bring it all together and add some consistency, some continuity to it, and just make it a little bit more evenly balanced, and not forcing people to sort of spend extra money. And we've spoken about it before. It's ludicrous, and they need to get it right. Rather than, Destiny 2 developers think that they're doing, they're the good guys here. They're not. They were just the bad guys before, and they're trying to make themselves look good. It's just, it's EA all over again. But hopefully in the future these games as a service, get sorted. Some big news that's broken over the last few days is the Duke returns. How do you two feel about this?
I'm looking forward to it, me. I can't wait to get my hands on it.
Really?
Yeah, I guess it's more of a novelty for us though, that I'm looking forward to it. I can't say that I'd enjoy playing with it as much as I do the Xbox One S controller or the Elite or something like that, but I am looking forward to getting my hands on one, even if it's just to look pretty sitting on a shelf.
It's one of those collector's pieces. There's quite a few people out there that like to buy all the different controllers that come out with the different colour schemes on and stuff. It's more aimed at them, I think. Those that know the controller from day one OG Xbox. It's just a nostalgia thing.
Do you think it's going to be a case of everyone's going to be like, yeah, I want this controller, I'm going to spend all this money. There's rumours going around it's going to be about 60 or 70 quid. They're going to be like, yeah, I want this. They're actually going to play with it and go, oh, actually, no, I want to go back to my old controller.
Yeah, they will do.
And then it will just sit on the shelf.
Yeah, of course.
Well, I read something on it earlier on today, and they basically said that it's going to get a re-release. It's apparently going to be happening at some point this year. I don't think there's an official date on it yet, but they're hoping to get it sort of by the end of March, I believe. I'll take it from I'll take a quote from the website, from a website that I took it from here. It says the new pad takes a lot of inspiration from the hefty original, but a handful of significant changes have been made to bring the Duke up to date. The memory card slots are no more, and the controller now spots a USB cable so that it can connect to your PC. The manufacturers have even added a pair of dinky bumper buttons to make it compatible with modern games. Grab hold of the Duke for yourself when it launches at the end of March. So, would you guys pay 60 quid for it?
I wouldn't.
I'd wait for it in a sale.
Do you think it'll be a shortage of supply, like the Elite was when it came out?
Maybe. I was thinking about this earlier when we briefly touched on it before we started recording. That's why I said, is it mass-produced or limited edition? If it was limited edition, I'd probably end up paying the money just so I could have it. But as it's going to be just standard everyday gaming hardware you can pick up, then I'll probably just sit and wait for a sale because I can't see it going out of stock. They're going to make absolutely loads of them because they're going to think that everyone's going to want one. But you've got to remember, a large portion of the Xbox One players weren't about when the Duke was about and probably never had one, so they're not going to be interested. So I guess we're just going to have to wait and see.
It's a bit shady as to whether it's wireless or wired at the moment because all the pictures point towards it being wired. But from photos that I've had a look at, it looks like the USB cable's detachable. But Rush, you mentioned something earlier on about it. It could be a safety mechanism. It could be a solely wired controller, but like a safety mechanism.
Yeah, so I've had some third-party controllers where they're wired, but the wire detaches by a micro USB from the back of the controller. Like I said earlier, similar to our 360 wires were detachable 6-inch away from the console. Used to be a little weird round plug, wasn't it? That you're supposed to snatch away if you was to pull the wire toward. So maybe aimed at that sort of direction of being a safety device, stop you ripping your console out of your TV unit or off your desk or wherever.
Yeah. I'd like to think that for 60 quid or whatever price it's going to be, it would be wireless, to be honest. I think reading between the lines it's going to be. I think that lead is just there basically so it can connect to the PC. I'm not sure. It points to here saying that the USB cable is there for the PC. So I'm hoping it will detach and will be wireless for the Xbox. But we'll have to wait and see. Will it come out at the end of March? It might even be delayed. I'm not sure. Sticking to controllers, we've had a rumour as well about the Elite Controller V2. There's been a few photos floating around online about it. What do you make of that?
Well, if it's true, it's just an updated version of the original, isn't it? From what we've seen. So it's going to have Windows 10 Bluetooth compatibility. What else was it you said? So different design to the thumbstick.
Yeah,
detachable thumbstick.
The magnetic clips. Yeah, the magnetic clips that are on the analogues. They look slightly different from the photos I've seen. Whether that is something to do with the prototype and it will change at retail, I'm not entirely sure. But it kind of looks like it's more of a secure fitting. But in saying that, the original Elite, I mean, I'm looking at it now, and it's kind of the analog sticks themselves are really secure. You have to really pull them to get them off. Whee! But yeah, it's a good design anyway. So I'm interested to see what difference it's going to be, and what's going to happen with that. Because the Elite controller, it's kind of gone out of stock everywhere. Or there's very low stock around at the moment, and there were rumours flying around for ages that was because there was a new SKU coming out. Yeah. So is that going to be a Christmas release if the Duke's out in March, or are they going to maybe release them together, or what?
Well, I was looking at
kind of up in there.
With it all being rumoured, the rumours going around with these pictures were maybe a possible E3 reveal for it. Don't know, do we? We'll see.
Yeah, there could be an E3 reveal. I hope there's a lot of games revealed at E3 as well, to be honest. There's a lot of rumours flying around about that as well. But yeah, the Duke's getting a re-release. Hopefully it's going to be wireless. I hope it is. And I'm sure we'll get a proper price and everything really soon. Something that's dropped today is the Forza Horizon 3 4K update for the Xbox One X. I've had a bit of a chance to check it out, and it looks pretty. It looks good. It looks nice. There's a nice little touch on the intro screen. Bloody hell, Jonathan Ross has entered the building. God, wobble wibble, Eric Banner. So on the on the start screen, it's actually got a nice little message. It says the Forza Horizon 3 Xbox One enhanced, which is a nice little touch. I wish more games did that, so you knew you'd had the update. But it looks good. Yeah. It was a pretty game anyway. But yeah, it looks really nice. It looks great. I've been waiting for this patch for a long time, so I'm hoping to spend some time on that. Have you guys been sticking with GTA Online? You've been going with that again?
Yeah, GTA Online.
Yeah, pretty much.
A couple of other games as they're starting to trickle out now, aren't they? It's actually a busy week this week for releases, but
I love that game, Grand Theft Auto 5.
Ooh, Rockstar.
Oh, come on though! It's a great game. I mean, the online thing, it's really kicked off, and this new heist that they've released, apparently it's like a mini campaign. It's about 12 hours long in total, within sections. So I'd be interested to check that out. Have you guys done that one, the latest one?
We started one or two of them with a friend of ours. He's got all that, because you have to buy a underground bunker thing. You need a fair bit of cash to do that. We haven't got that sort of money between us. So yeah, a friend of ours has brought all that stuff, so we started it, and it's similar to the original heist that they released. You had to buy the high-end apartment to access those, but they're a bit more in depth. I say a bit more campaigny feel to them, and a lot more money earned out of them as well.
I'm gonna have to check that out. It's been ages since I played GTA 5, but I've got such a backlog of games at the moment that I've still got Far Cry Primal sitting there. I haven't even touched that, and I've had that for nearly 12 months.
Yeah.
And there's loads of other stuff as well, which I haven't had a chance to even check out yet. But I will do. I will. We're starting a new feature, aren't we, Bobby? Is that right?
We are indeed. This was the brainchild of Mr. Rage over there. He said we should do something for the weekend, which apparently is.
I'm going to put a disclaimer.
Can we just say
that I stole the idea?
Disclaimer.
I stole the idea from somebody. That person will be listening, but I'm not allowed to really mention them by name. But I stole. He'll know who he is.
I've just actually realised. Yeah, I remember seeing the tweet now. Yeah,
there was a little tweet that went out, and it kind of brought a bit of a smile to our faces. And then, Russ, you kind of extended that, didn't you? And went, well, actually, we could actually do this. So, the pressure's on you, Mr. Bobby Barber.
So yeah, we're going to do a new feature each week, which is called Something for the Weekend, brought to you by Mr. Bobby Fields. Basically, I'm going to pick a game. What was that? Was that
a pair of scissors?
That was the scissors, mate.
I thought
it was me scissors in my hand.
Oh my god.
That was me scissors. I'm getting right into it. I'm sitting here in my barber apron. I've got my clippers with us, my scissors in my hand.
Next week we'll be going on this feature next week, and all of a sudden we'll just hear.
Yeah, he'll be live on location next week. Yeah.
That's what I'm going to do next week. I'm not even going to be on the podcast. You're going to call us whilst I'm cutting hair. That's what's going to happen, and I'm going to do it kind of like an interview. So from now on, we're going to start a new segment, which is called Something for the Weekend. Basically, I'm going to pick a game that I've played through the week or within the past fortnight that should be chosen for you to pick up as a little filler game over the weekend. This week I've been playing Inner Space, Albert and Otto, and I picked up Aero's DLC, which was 1,000 Days Wasted. And out of them three, I'm going to pick 1,000 Days Wasted, the DLC for Aero. It is a three-track DLC, I believe, and you get 3 drum and bass tracks. All of them are trickier than the last, and it is extremely good. The game itself, Aero, is, if you imagine Guitar Hero, but you use your thumbsticks kind of thing. Don't quote us too seriously on that one. But yeah, definitely worth checking it out. I think it's priced at about £3.99, so check it out, grab it for the weekend.
Fantastic. Nice new little feature there to be added in to our new weekly edition. Very nice. Is there anything coming out? You say we've got a busy month for us. What's standing out over the next week or so? What we got coming?
So this week there is 8 games releasing. Top of my head, there's a console exclusive on Wednesday called Full Metal Furies. We have a review in progress and a video in progress as well for that. And also catching my eye on Friday, there is a game called The Vanishing of Ethan Carter. Let's quickly look at my screen then. And that's a first-person adventure sort of game. You know, when I sit back and chill out and just take it all in as you play through.
Supposed to be very good, that one.
Yeah, there's a few other games in between. So that's it for this week. Over the next few weeks, what else have we got coming? Is it Monster Hunter by the end of the month?
Yeah, I believe it is, yeah.
Yep. But yeah, there's quite a few ID games as well between now and then. I ain't going to go over them all because we haven't got another 20 minutes.
Yeah, no, that's cool. Brilliant, fantastic. So, plug in of the website then.
Yeah, so don't forget to head over to our website, xboxgamerreviews.com. You can find all the latest news, reviews, and our videos on there. If you want to just go and check out the videos, they're over on YouTube at youtube.com/xboxgamerreviews.com. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter at xbox_gr to keep up to date with everything. And also on Facebook as well, facebook.com/xboxgamerreviews.
Fantastic. Thanks everyone for tuning in. As always, we really appreciate it. And I think that wraps this week up. I think we're all off to find some gold-plated horseshoes. I think. I'm not sure. We'll catch you next week. Thanks for listening, guys. See you later.
Ta-da.
Ta-da.